Welcome to the Terrordome, baby. We swarm. Welcome to the Terrordome. We swarm. Let them know. We swarm, baby. We swarm, baby. All day long.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Tales from the Terrordome. What a portal we had, man. Compared to last year, this one was full of gifts. Last year was full of 13 reasons why. Like, yeah, last year was bad. This year was amazing. The whole time we were like, where's QB1? It was a massive saga, massive saga. We were getting all these great recruits, but we did not have QB1. And then I was in the middle of Trader Joe's and my phone lit up with a text that said, he's here and he's beautiful. And I looked, and lo and behold, quarterback one, Ethan Grunkmeyer, had committed to Virginia Tech. I fell to my knees in the middle of Trader Joe's and pulled a Shawshank Redemption. Thank you, God, for you have not forsaken us. And you have delivered us from mid. Grayson's on the podcast today, my man. We are back. It is 2026. We are getting to this shit, man. How you doing?
I'm great, man. First off, let me just say, the new production here, new mic, new camera. You got a ring light. You're looking good, brother, and the show looks great. Thrilled to be back. It's just been a while, right? Been
a minute.
It's been a little while. When's the last time you and I recorded? Was it the UVA game, maybe, or the week of the UVA game, probably? But that feels like forever ago. I mean, that feels like such a long time ago. And I applaud you, Dan, because I mean, everyone, he's been hitting me up. He's like, great, come on the podcast. Like, let's do it. Let's talk about the additions and everything. And I was like, man, and this is like prior to Ethan Grunkmeyer committing and transferring to VT. I was like, wait, man, there's gonna be more. Let's make sure we got the list. And so we got the list. And that's what ultimately we're gonna talk about today. It's just crazy, dude. I don't think any Virginia Tech fan is used to the volume of talent that we have brought in over the last 2.5 months. And let me just go ahead and get this out of the way. I'm going to do this for a lot of times I come on here now. Dude, he hasn't coached a game yet, but I was on some other shit when I said I didn't want James Franklin. I was angry about his time at Penn State, and I was angry still because he was poaching our boys out of VA, and now he's bringing them home. So you know what? He's managed to grow on me very, very quickly. And I mean, since 2022, I mean, I know you're going to go to the spring game, but he wants every seat in Lane Stadium filled for the spring game. And so, yeah, man, your boys, by the way, Dan, you got to talk about your boys just real quick. I see you got the logo on. You could have sworn this is a UVA podcast based on the colors we're wearing today. Your Broncos won last night, but your boy Bo Nix.
Man. It was a messed up feeling to feel such joy and grieve at the same time.
Yeah.
Because
tough.
What a game he played, man.
No doubt.
Every game in the playoffs, to be honest, has been outside of like the Chargers and the Patriots and then the Niners and the Seahawks have been cinema. Like it's been like it's delivered. Same with the college football playoff. Like we have really been blessed with a lot of good football in the last 3-4 weeks.
And it's on the come down. Obviously, national championship game is tomorrow. Go Hoosiers, by the way. And it's funny, dude. I'm wearing my Tiny's, Chicago Bears bar out here in LA. It's where my girlfriend works. Shout out Claire. I'm going up there to watch the Bears game today. And dude, like the owner, John, he's the man. It's funny because they're playing the Los Angeles Rams. So, in theory, I probably should be rooting for LA, but I got skin in the game up there. And John's like, if you're not wearing Bears merch, you're not getting in. And he made local news talking about this. It's crazy. So a lot of, like you said, a lot of great football, but we ain't here to talk about the NFL. We ain't here to talk about, a national championship game. We're not playing in tomorrow. Dan, I will defer to you, man. How do you want to kick this thing off?
Ethan Grunkmeyer, dog.
Yeah.
Like Grunk is in the building. And when I've been on record saying that when we first hired James Franklin, I said, I don't just want to go get Ethan Grunkmeyer. And he hadn't, or as far as I know, really played yet. And then he kind of got thrust into the spotlight. Penn State, thrown to the wolves against teams like Indiana. And I watched him every week because I was like, I want to watch this team to see who I want, like who I can be familiar with by the time the portal opens. And this guy, I was like, bro, he won me over. This dude is phenomenal. Like, phenomenal might be a strong word, but like for a kid that was supposed to bide his time and hold the clipboard this year for Drew Aller, like redshirt freshman comes out 69% completion percentage, would be the highest ever at Virginia Tech. Like, kept his turnovers down, threw some touchdowns, looked very good in the bowl game. Like the progression throughout the season was impressive. And this dude, compared to what we've had, one of the most accurate arms I have seen. And now I'm like, dude, like we've had a receiving room full of talent that we haven't fully been able to see because of offensive line woes and quarterback play, that like there are no more excuses or no more what ifs now. Like this dude can get it done with his arm. Like we're about to find out just how good our wide receiver recruiting has been for the past couple of years. What were your thoughts when we landed this dude?
Well, first off, I mean, you talk about the bowl game, Dan, and it's a testament to Grunkmeyer for the fact that he even played in it. You know, like he could have, the second Franklin got fired and then, hired at VT, he could have quit on that Penn State team so damn fast. He could have been like, screw this, dude. I'm already 1 foot out the door. And who knows, maybe if he felt that way. But the fact that he saw it through and played every game remaining on that schedule, and then played in the bowl game and won the bowl game against Cade Klubnik and the Clemson Tigers, I think it says a lot about him just as a leader. That's the kind of quarterback I want, leading my team. I have had the chance to look at his tape, and there's a lot to be excited about. His footwork, he's very poised in the pocket. Like you said, I mean, you talk about his accuracy. I mean, being one of the most, he would have the highest completion rate, I think, of any VT QB ever. Maybe ever. I read that? Ever. Yeah.
Ever.
Which is you think we've had some good QBs in the past. And Michael Vick, obviously, Tyrod Taylor, Brian Randall, Marcus Vick. I mean, like you think about guys like that, they were able to sling the gun and had a myriad of other talents on the ground. But like, when's the last time we had just a truly, like I would say, just fundamentally sound QB in terms of the passing game? And really that's his bread and butter. People often consider Virginia Tech a dual threat QB factory. And so, kind of Sean Glennon had that a little bit, that element to him. He was a pass heavy QB. And so, I'm thrilled. I mean, Grunkmeyer was ex 4-star QB. And it's interesting, dude. Like you go on his Instagram, you go and you kind of read more about him. From what I understand, dude, it was that kid's dream to play at Penn State. And for him to come to Virginia Tech and want to continue to play for James Franklin and be a part of what he's building in Blacksburg, I mean, there's so much to be excited about in that regard, man. So I'm thrilled. It finally, he was kind of the one we were all waiting on, the anchor to what was otherwise an incredible transfer portal class. And we got our guy, dude. And after the last 2 to 3 years of just the turbulence of the QB situation at Virginia Tech, the inconsistency of, is it going to be Kyron Jones or is it going to be Pop Watson or who the hell, like what, people are mad because one of them's not playing and the other one is. And now it's like, okay, no, dude, it's like, we got the dude, we got our guy. And so that in and of itself, I think is a lot to be excited about.
Yeah. And I mean, this dude was a redshirt freshman. He's not even done yet. Like,
yeah,
he could still get better.
Oh yeah.
His development is not is not complete. So with that said, and there's maybe a little chip on the shoulder, because he wanted to be at Penn State. He said, "I'll stay." And not Mark Campbell, Coach Campbell said, "You know what? I am bringing Rocco Beck with me. That's my guy. I'm riding. You can't start here."
Yep.
So he's like,
"Oh, word.
A word? Well, let me go a couple hours down the road and show the world that you messed up."
Right. And I think we would be remiss, obviously plenty of people to talk about, but no good quarterback is complete without people who can't catch the ball for him. And that would lead and parlay into Luke Reynolds.
Yeah. And also I was going to say chip on the shoulder needs a little queso, Deshaun Brown.
Yep. Deshaun Brown. That is true. Which one of those guys do you want to talk about first?
I got the joke off. We can start with Luke.
All right. I mean, I think you got to go. And I say Luke because he's another Penn State guy, right? Also following Grunkmeyer, has already caught, I believe a few touchdown passes from Grunkmeyer. And I mean, Luke is a big deal for a lot of reasons because Penn State has been a tight end factory. We all know Tyler Warren, Mechanicsville, Virginia kid, committed to VT, then flipped to Penn State. And I would say it worked out for him pretty well, much to my chagrin. He's a Pro Bowler now. So word to him. And I think he went to Lee Davis High School. No. He went to Cosby. No, he went to Atlee. He went to Atlee High School. Yep, Atlee's I'm getting all the Richmond high schools. Yeah. But no, Tyler Warren, Diesel. And so, James Franklin knows how to develop tight ends, man. Luke is, he's from Connecticut, former 5-star player, which I can't count that as a true 5-star. I tweeted a long time ago, like, I'll cry grown man tears when we get our actual first true to Virginia Tech 5-star commit.
Right.
He doesn't count because he committed to Penn State first, but he's talented as hell. I've watched his tape, and I'm like, this kid is a hooper. And so, to have him in the run block game and then to be able to come in and just be a weapon in the flat, be a weapon over the middle. Thrilled to have Luke Reynolds commit to Virginia Tech. I think the last razor blade tight end we really had who could play a kind of a hybrid of positions was Jimmy Mitchell. James Mitchell, I think, was the last truly what I would call more exciting tight end that we've had. And that's not to discredit Benji Gosnell or anything like that. But I think you know what I mean. We friggin' Brad Cornelson had James Mitchell out here. We're running jet sweeps. Like you kind of think about things like that. So that's another massive get for James Franklin and his staff.
In the Clemson.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Like
crazy, man.
He hit that spin move in the Clemson game, dog, and it was nuts.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that highlight, and it's interesting. Like, he was one of the highest rated players in the 2026 portal class. Now he's a Hokie. So thrilled to have Luke Reynolds wearing maroon and orange, no doubt. Now we can talk about your boy, Dan.
Queso Brown.
Yeah.
I tweeted, Elroz needs to get this man an NIL deal ASAP.
Oh, yeah.
Could you imagine?
That would be pretty
If your nickname is Queso Dog, you need a Elrod's NIL deal.
Queso, you do, man. Little Eros Compoyo, shout out Diablo fan account. Shout out DFA and his love for Elrod's. I miss Elrod's so much, dude. Those freaking jumbo Texas margaritas. Chef's kiss, baby. The best. But no, we got to get he's got to get down there. They're going to take care of him over there. But another wide receiver, coming in from Duke, really excited to just add and stack the wide receiver room. We just saw today, not to detract from Brown's conversation here, but Brody Adams is sticking around. So 6 and 7 will be, please don't do that damn hand shit. 6 and 7 will be, I think, a big part of this offense. Actually, wait, because who's wearing 7 right? Chance Wiggins is wearing 7, so it'll be Brown will probably have to take a different number. But still, Chance Wiggins too, dude. Like, we're gonna have some firepower in the wide receiver room with those guys sticking around. Obviously, Brody and Chance were a little bit dinged up as the season went on. I mean, you would just see those guys on the out list every single week. So, I think you get a lot of experience here. He's very productive as a wide receiver. So just another target, another rotational guy for Grunkmeyer to be hucking the pigskin to down the field. So very, very excited about that one too.
Yeah, he went crazy at Duke, especially in the slot. Dude was getting it, and like one of the most productive receivers, over 800 some yards. The year before, it was a little less, but he played a little less, and it was still good. Like, dude's just a machine, and he catches the football. That's another upgrade from a lot of what we've seen. Not a lot of drops, and can't be having drops, man. So
can't be having drops. There were a lot of drop passes in 2025, which was very frustrating. I mean, I still very much believe in Coach Fontel Mines, and he's been busting his tail on the recruiting trail and everything, but just a lot of drop balls that should have been caught. I don't mean to call anyone out, but our receiving core left a lot to be desired in 2025. They didn't have maybe the most consistent quarterback throwing them the pigskin. That's not a slight on Kyron Drones whatsoever. It's just a friggin' fact. It just is what it is. So, when you bring in a QB with the highest completion rate out of any Virginia Tech quarterback ever, and you're bringing in new wide receiver talent and a new tight end who, is already exciting in his own right. I mean, we could have a much more dynamic offense. I mean, we better have a much more dynamic offense in 2026. So,
yeah.
I mean, that's not that's not up for negotiation. Like, that better be the freaking case. So,
yeah, absolutely. And I mean, they did their damnedest, dude. You got Tyseer Denmark coming in. He's got years as a slot. He's been a slot guy. Who else? Matt Henderson, I believe his name is, the other tight end from Penn State.
Mm-hmm. Yup. And then, I mean, we've added some beef on the offensive line. You got Justin Terry.
I'm excited about him. Yeah, he's Justin a Powhatan kid.
Powhatan kid, former Ohio State Buckeye. Dude, listen, man. Any of them Big Ten boys, bring the beef, man.
Come on down, dog.
Come on down. And then, Dan, I actually, I'm not sure if I have him on my list. Who do we get from Oklahoma?
Oh, wow. What is his name? That was a surprise one.
That was a surprise one.
Justin Bell's from Michigan State. And then his name was Logan Howland.
You say Logan Howland?
Logan Howland
from Oklahoma. So you've gotten already, an SEC grade offensive lineman in Logan Howland. Then you have Justin Terry coming from Ohio State. And then, we would be remiss. I think another crucial offensive player we have not talked about yet is Bryce Baker, dude, coming from UNC.
Yeah, we're blessed with QBs now.
we got a lot of QBs, and God forbid Grunkmeyer goes down or anything like that. You got Bryce Baker from from UNC. Obviously, add some QB competition in that QB room. I think he's probably a little bit more versatile with his legs based on the tape I've seen of him. A little bit more of a dual threat guy, which obviously always happy to have that as an option. Somebody tweet. I hope it wasn't. It could have been Treadmill Horse. It might have been. I actually wasn't Treadmill. Somebody put a picture of Bryce Baker next to Tyrod Taylor, and then a picture of Ethan Grunkmeyer next to Sean Glennon, and like a question mark. Like, can we run that back? Now, while that was a fun time and it took us to an Orange Bowl that we lost to Kansas by 3 points in, still one of the worst Virginia Tech losses in my entire life.
Yep.
That two-headed monster thing, man, like, you got to have your guy. You don't win a national championship by splitting reps. Like every national championship winning team has a QB that played all season long that took them there. Carson Beck with Miami, Fernando Mendoza with Indiana. Like you have to have the guy. So, and I think it will be Grunkmeyer to start, but it is great to have another talented, what I will call most likely a backup in Bryce Baker, and just some competition.
Yeah, I think, Bryce came in, he went to UNC. He didn't see the field at all in that dysfunction there, which tells me he knew that maybe I'm not ready yet. So therefore, he was like, you know what? I'll come to Tech. I'll bide my time. I'll compete for this job because I think everybody's going to have to come to work every day. There's not going to be any de facto starter, like maybe like a handful, but for the most part, everybody on this team now is going to have to come to work every day if they want to eat. If you want to put food on the table, which is NIL money and game tape, you're going to have to come to work every day and earn it, because there's going to be a lot of competition in these rooms, and there's going to be a lot of people trying to get on the field. So you're really going to have to want it, and you're going to have to show how bad you want it every day.
No doubt. And I mean, it's great, dude, when you think about it, just having depth in any capacity. And it feels like the pride teams, that's what we really struggled with, was having the next man up who was, respectfully, worth a damn. Like, I'm going to call a spade a spade. I think Coach Franklin has had a lot of difficult conversations with a lot of these kids being like, you are not good enough to play here. God bless you. The famous Vince McMahon, we wish you best of luck in your future endeavors, but there is not a place for you here. And because we're trying to level this shit up, we're trying to go win an ACC championship. And then after that, we'll go try and, go to the college football playoff and win a national championship. So that's the standard now. And, we haven't talked about any of the some of the guys on the defense, Dan. Obviously we got some Javian Hilson, edge rusher from Missouri, another SEC kid, was a former 5-star on Rivals, number 79th overall in the 2025 class. Massive upside with him. Love an edge rusher with a motor. And I think, immediately he will be a contributor. So, without a shadow of a doubt. And then you got from Penn State, Malachi Williams, another edge rusher. So, a lot of talent on the edge, which is very exciting. We've needed that now for quite some time. And we've had some guys announce that they're returning too. Kelvin Gillum. I was so worried he was gonna leave.
I think you're thinking of Kamari Copeland, brother.
Why am I thinking of I'm thinking of Kamari Copeland. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Haven't had my coffee yet today. I'm thinking of Kamari Copeland, number 13, the Hulk. Stoked. By the way, really quickly, Kamari Copeland, if you are on TikTok, he's like famous. Did you know this?
No.
Dude, Kamari Copeland makes awesome content. Like, he's such a great content creator. I think he has over 100,000 followers. Like, just kind of recapping the day in the life, going to practice. Like, I'm telling you, dude. And shout out to Kamari. If you're on TikTok, and I think he's got a YouTube channel too, you can kind of get an inside look at like his time at VT as a football player, as a student athlete. And that's kind of what he aims to do. I don't know if you saw the video of like the player's perspective running out to understand, man. That was his video.
Oh, was it?
That was his video. He did that while he was hurt. 2 years ago, 2 years ago. Yeah. But Kamari's the man. Shout out to whoever that is too.
Just look at that thing here a little bit. Make sure you don't leave that switch on there. Don't really want to leave it in there. You'll see the lights.
Yeah, dude, Kamari Copeland, man, I'm excited about him, and I'm excited about. You said Malachi Williams, as obnoxious as Penn State has been about, oh, we don't need that kid. That's just a depth piece. Like, Tech's not taking our real talent. Like, this kid, they were pissed.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I do, like, I judge a lot, not everything, but a lot off of that. Like, if the other fan base is mad about losing a kid, like, they won't even justify that he was trash or, like, say, or cope. Like, they won't even cope, no pun intended, Kamari. Like, I think we got a dog. You know what I'm saying? And most of this roster is now, I like the Franklin approach to this, the whole portal was the fact that, like, I could take all this money we raised and drop bags on these glittery, like, 1-year rental guys and probably get you 10 wins next year. Or I could take all this money and I could go basically get an extended high school recruiting class from the last 2 years of all the great talent that Virginia Tech missed out on and churn this whole roster and rebuild it to where all the depth is good depth. And there are people that you're going to want to see push for starting roles versus like, oh shit, if this dude has to play, we're screwed. Like it's been a complete, I mean, he went and got a couple gems. Like there are like some heavy hitters in this class, but especially like Grunk, but dude, like for the most part, it was like, hey, at every position, that room is full of talent now.
No, it's so true. I mean, we had the third-ranked transfer portal class behind Texas Tech and Indiana, who compete for a national championship tomorrow. I mean, it's never been a secret what James Franklin's been able to do on the recruiting trail. We did, this kind of made some noise on the timeline this week, as many folks know. Cameron Morgan, Baylor edge rusher who had committed to Virginia Tech, has now since reopened his recruitment because his credits didn't transfer, which we all know was an inside job and targeted by Tim Sands. And, that's a real shame. He just doesn't want us to be that good at football. I'm sorry, Dan, I don't want to get you in trouble with
well, to counter that, Rutgers also passed on him because of his transcripts yesterday.
Tim Sands did it, Dan. It was Tim Sands' fault.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah. It was totally his fault, and I'll be really happy when he's gone. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, that happened. That obviously stinks because a lot of talent there, but it does happen. Unfortunately, you're a student athlete unless you're Carson Beck, who apparently hasn't attended classes for the last
2 years.
So
I'm not surprised. That's probably the least surprising thing I found out.
Yeah, I know. I'm just joshing. I mean, like college football might as well be professional sports now. Just the way.
Well, that was also my thing with that was like we're getting further away from the student part of the student athlete. So like. Yeah. Why does it really matter? Like, what I'm saying? Like, unless it was just absolutely egregious to the point where you just couldn't turn your head to it. Like Johnny Manziel to take online class. Took online classes. Like, because he was so big, he couldn't go to class. It was a distraction. I get that part, but like these dudes are getting paid massive amounts of money to play football. It's not they're not getting and they get their school paid for. So it's not like this. You see what I'm saying? Like it's becoming more professional every year. So
And
therefore, who cares? Like like let him come.
This is the game now, dude. Unfortunately, I mean, but also on the flip side of that coin, not unfortunately. I'll tell you what I personally like struggle with. It's players can get played, dude. You know what? Like, God bless. Ain't no reason there should be some friggin' 7th year QB, bro.
Fact.
Go to the NFL draft, hit the combine, or get on LinkedIn, brother. It's over. Like, Carson Beck, man, like, dude, you're driving a Lamborghini Urus and you're in your 7th year of college. Like, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Like, dude, that's a super, super senior. Like, this man is almost off mom and dad's freaking healthcare plan at this point, almost able to rent a car. And he's still in college, bro. Get out of here. Like that's the one thing about the NCAA, dude. The NCAA is a corrupt criminal organization. Just like Jim Phillips too. And the ACC commissioner, like war criminal. And so that's the one thing that the NCAA actually needs to really tighten the screws on. It's like, dude, the amount of times you can transfer. And if you transfer more than once, you have to sit out here and you cannot play the game of college football. After 6 years, you're done. Like it's you got to move on. And Trinidad Chambliss, by the way, baller, loved watching him at Ole Miss this year. But guess what, dude? I'm sorry. Like it's time to move on.
Yeah, go to the league, dog.
Go to the league. Like you're a hooper, brother. Like go give it a shot, But like fighting and suing the NCAA for a 7th year of eligibility, bro, you're not gonna win. Like, I don't know. And I don't know how Carson Beck and some of these other guys like Stetson Bennett and all these other dudes like were able to play the game for as long as they were. I don't know.
More impressively is Stetson Bennett never got a degree in 7 years of school.
Yeah, dude. I don't know what happened there. I wish him well. I think he had some problems with the bottle. I think that's why
probably. I mean, he came on ABC the night after winning the Natty at Good Morning America, and he was hammered, which I don't fault him for, by the way. Like, if I just won the national championship and you want me to do a 7 a.m. interview, brother, I turned up the night before. So I'm coming in with the whiskey eyes, and we're going to get to it, but I'm going to be there.
Yep, no doubt.
And another thing, I really didn't have. No, I'm just kidding. No, like it's just kind of crazy. Like I think like there should be one penalty-free transfer in your undergrad, but if like let's say once you get your degree, you should be able to transfer. However, like if you want to transfer twice, whatever, within your 5 to 6 years of whatever. Like if you did college classes in high school and you come into college as a sophomore, then you get your degree in 2 years and you want to go somewhere, you should be able to go as many places as you want because you got a degree. But there's going to have to be some sort of, I'm glad everyone's getting paid, but there has to be some sort of reform on this whole thing because, I mean, we saw they tried to commit the robbery in Washington and they were like, nope, we got legally binding contract language that says your ass is staying put.
Yep.
Which, I mean, coaches can do. Like, Lane can just dip out. Like, I get it. Like, there's a double standard there. But at the same time, like, part of being an adult is honoring. Like, you sign a contract that's legally binding. You're not getting out of it unless, like, you're paying, So that's, like, a life lesson learned.
Get everything in writing, man. It'll save your ass, I promise.
Yeah,
I promise. Anyway, a lot of LOIs Out, man. You know, with the non-transfer guys. I mean, I'm stoked about Terry Wiggins, Messiah Mitchell,
Yes.
Thomas Wilder, my guy from San Marcos, California, Troy Hun. Dude, he's
Yeah.
on a lot of them young boys, dude. They moved in. They're on campus, which is super exciting. I mean, you kind of go down this list of guys, man. Davian Brown from Trinity Episcopal and
Fat Rat.
Fat Rat Brown, yep, a Richmond, Virginia kid. Shout out Fat Rat. Pierce Peterson, Tyson Harley, Xavier Cleveland from Virginia Beach, Cream Run kid.
Purgatory.
Yep.
Yeah. What a name. We got some all-name team candidates,
dude,
on this team.
I know, man. And I think some of these guys, you know, the younger guys are really, really going to surprise us.
Yeah. I think some will push for playing time.
Yeah.
Early. I do know with Pierce Peterson, he can throw the hell out of the football. He was a high school quarterback.
Yep.
I want to see the wild turkey come back with that kid.
Yep. You have to imagine that Troy Hunn's probably, you know, he's gonna sit and he's gonna be, you know, he might even red shirt, try and just watch Baker and Grunkmeyer and just, you know, be a sponge and really learn Franklin's system, but still really excited that, I mean, I know people out here who went to that high school, which is crazy. I've made mention of that, and it's just such a trip, man, when a kid from California is playing at Virginia Tech. And, you know, people remember DJ Harvey, and he's a Trojan now and everything. But just so wild. I mean, a world away, going from palm trees and growing up next to the Pacific Ocean, and now you're crunching in the snow across the drill field at Virginia Tech. Like, it's a different world, man.
Hey, now the East Coast is coming to you because Dante Lovett came out there. Eddie Whitley's out there with Bob Chesney at UCLA. Like, good for them, man.
I need to hit up Miss Lovett. I need to hit up Chantel, and you know, I need to go get dinner or something with Dante. Treat him to dinner, man, because
don't violate NCAA rules, brother.
Yep, doesn't violate. Yeah, and you know, it's just funny. Like I loved Dante at Virginia Tech. I thought Dante was a dog, man. It killed me when he entered the transfer portal. Absolutely crushed me. But for him and Coach Whitley to be out here in LA, and, you know, he's going to be playing in the Rose Bowl every Saturday, like, that's pretty kick ass, you know? And I think a great person for Chantel Lovett to reach out to would be our very own Bill Roth, who called games out in LA for a year. You know, and I'm sure Bill would just have plenty of wisdom. Shout out to Bill Roth, man. I think he and Mike are probably so excited. Like, they did that interview. We talked about it with Coach Franklin, and you can just see in Bill's eyes. He's like, man, we might be back. Like, we might be back. And I think Bill is going to do the play-by-play as long as Mike does it, and the second Mike retires, Bill will hang it up too.
Yeah.
And so
who's the next generation, dude? You think they pass the torch to, like, well, Mackey is obviously there already, but maybe our guy Evan Hughes gets the
I think
call, dude.
I don't want to speak for Evan. I mean, you and I know Evan very well. I mean, I talk to Evan very often, and I don't know anything about anything, but I think for Evan to stay and do that, it would be a dream come true for him. And, you know, price would obviously have to be right and a lot of other things, but, you know, I saw Evan over Christmas, and I still think he's really having a lot of fun doing what he's doing, but I know for a fact, just with football, like, that would be a dream come true for him. So, yeah, man. Who knows? Zach's great too. Love Zach Mackey. He's the man. There's a lot of different avenues that we could go in that capacity. But I mean, Mike Burnham's getting up there in terms of a working age. But I think Mike, it keeps him going. I think Mike Burnham just does it for the love of the game. And he and Bill are thick as thieves. You know, they're best friends. And so I mean, dude, nothing would make me happier than before Mike Burnham retires for us to have just a magic season and win some damn football games and be like Indiana, go to the freaking Rose Bowl and I mean, geez, dude, I've been thinking about their season, and I just think, when is it going to be our turn, dude? And that's the thing is like people, dude, there's a crazy amount of Hoosier alum in Los Angeles. I know a bunch of them, and they all went to the game, and everybody's talking about like, dude, the last time the Hoosiers played in the Rose Bowl was in the 50s, and there were 80-year-old men there just bawling their eyes out that like they got to see this. And got to be there for this. And I'm thinking like one day that will be us. Like, I don't know when it'll happen, but that would be really special if Bill and Mike got to call like a season like that and see that through. So.
No, I agree, man. It's going to be interesting. Linebackers got better. Keon Wiley, he's in the building now. He played really well against Clemson. He backed up Amari Campbell the past year or so. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about Noah Chambers coming back. We have so many players coming back. I don't know how the numbers are going to work, but that's not my job to figure out. So I'm just glad all the talent's in the building. The corner room is deep again. You added Wosley and some other guys that are pushing to play right away. Jaquez White from Troy. We beat out the Vols, our cousins down the street, the Tennessee Volunteers. We beat them out for him. Like, that kid's a dog. He's got a year left, so he's probably going to start. And him and Josh Clark, that's what I'm penciling in on each side of the aisle there, field and boundary. I just think those are going to be our starting corners. But you know what? Only time will tell, and spring's going to be fun because they're going to have to battle. And going back to that spring game thing, do you think we can pull that off? Do you think we could fill Lane Stadium for the spring game? Because I'm thinking like 45,000 people would be excellent, but I don't know if we're getting 66,000.
I don't think we'll get
392.
But dude, you remember in 2022, like when it was Pry's first year and buzz was rampant and like we were supposed to be so damn, back and whatever, or after, even after the Military Bowl against freaking Tulane, thinking like, oh man, we're going to be a problem next year. And then, we weren't, but we could get close. I think we could get close. And also, I don't know if you've talked about this on previous episodes. I know you recorded with Sam Jesse from Two Deep, but Brent Pry staying in Blacksburg as defensive coordinator. I'll be so curious to see just how that all unfolds, and obviously wish him nothing but the best. It's tough that it didn't work out for him as head coach, but I knowing what we all know now, I think, man, it's just this maybe
Destiny.
The perfect storm. If Pry doesn't come here, does Franklin come here? Like, I just don't know. So it's exciting, man. It's exciting. We have a lot of talent to be fired up about. I swear to God, there's a new post every single day about some kid committing, and yeah, man, that's kind of it. You got any MLK Day plans, Dan? You doing anything fun today, or you just chilling? What's up?
I'm gonna watch the playoff games. Well, I'm gonna go to the store. I'm gonna get some groceries because I have never been more locked in my life on 2026. So I gotta get some groceries, get some fresh eats, and then I'm gonna watch some football, and then I'm gonna go to work tomorrow. Payrolls get due, so I gotta do that, and then nothing really, just some chilling and some football. I'm gonna probably take my dog for a W. A-OK. He's sitting right here, so I don't want to say it because then I gotta commit to it. But yeah, What about you? Just Tiny's? Go see Claire Bear?
Man, yeah, gonna go see the Chicago Bears and Claire Bear. No, she's actually not working until later tonight. God bless her. And that's actually good for her because it's after the game, dude. And she's told me 100 times she hates working those games, dude, because Bears fans they're crazy.
They are.
But it's wild, dude. So, like that's my plan. They open at 2:00 PST today, so a few hours from now. But Tiny's, man, it's like they did a collaboration with the Bears, and they got their own merch and whatnot. But it is like the premier Bears bar in Los Angeles. And
That's awesome.
I think I'm gonna do like they had a line for the last playoff game, and there were people who stood in that line for 2 hours who didn't get in, and that line was like down the block. But your boy don't wait in line because I know the owner and my girlfriend works there. And God bless.
Perks.
There are some perks to that. So, and then I know some of the folks up there who are diehard Bears fans, and they're fun people, dude. And so I'm just gonna go. I have a dream that I'm gonna go watch some football and drink a beer. And you know what? That is what Dr. King would want, for me to go mingle with my peers and have a great time. So
Damn right.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna be in Blacksburg next week, next Thursday and Friday, women's basketball and wrestling Thursday and Friday. So I'm gonna be in Blacksburg for 2 days.
Yep.
I'm gonna go enjoy myself some PKs. I've been really good to my body very lately, so I'm gonna go do terrible things to it in a great place.
Dude, I have one more thing I gotta say. I said I was gonna tell this story. So I've been meaning to tell you this story, but it's evaded me. Last weekend, speaking of the Bears, I was at this little birthday get-together for my friend Jenny, and we're standing there, and this girl I had never met before, we're watching the Bears game. They win in emphatic fashion. And they showed Tremaine Edmonds on the TV. And she goes, "Oh my gosh, Tremaine, I love you. Like, that's my guy." I'm like, "That's your guy? That's my guy." Tremaine, like, and so I go up and I introduce myself. She goes, "Oh, I'm best friends with Tremaine's older brother's fiance." And I'm like, "Terrell?" And she goes, "Yeah, I grew up with his fiance." And I'm thinking, Terrell's my guy. I'm like, Terrell's my guy. We had a bunch of classes together at Virginia Tech, still keep in touch in some capacity. And she's like, "Oh, shut up, get out of town." She sends a selfie of us to Terrell, and Terrell texts her back and goes, "That's my guy." And I'm like, "Let's go. That's so cool." But he was at the Bears game supporting his brother Tremaine with his fiance, ironically enough. And I'm just like, what a small world, dude. Like, she knows, Terrell's fiance, and it's just crazy. Like, it is a small world, man. Like, I'd never met this person before in my life. Like, what the hell? So that was cool. Go Bears. Shout out Tremaine Edmonds. I hope you bring it home today, man.
Yeah, my mom's a massive Bears fan too, so I got love. And I'm a Cubs and Blackhawks fan. I got love for that city, dog. Like, bear down, dog. Like, bear the fuck down, dog. Like, let's go, dude. And Tremaine is quietly put together, and I say quietly because he's been on the Bills were not as notorious as they are now. When he was there, they started to gain fame towards the end and ended up in Chicago, and they've been bad, but now they're good. So he's had a hell of an NFL career, and I'm hoping he gets more spotlight. Yeah.
How good are they, man?
I'm hoping he gets some more spotlight. And that whole family is incredible. Like, we see them at the spring game, and it's like they're just a regular person, dude. And they love everyone.
They love everybody. I mean, Mr. and Mrs. Edmonds did a phenomenal job because all those boys, man, dude, and Terrell was my age. Like I said, we were in school at the same time together, and I was in school a little bit with Trey. I mean, Trey is such a massive personality, dude. Like, he's hilarious, just like such a big personality, and they're diehard Hokies through and through, man. They love Virginia Tech, so just another trio of brothers who have come through Blacksburg, and like everyone just adores their family. So yeah, dude.
Absolutely, dog. Man, I appreciate you coming on here. It's been a minute. We got to do this again soon.
A lot to talk about, dude.
So much. And there's going to be new staff additions. I'm sure there'll be some some things going on, some revisions. Like we don't, you know what I'm saying? Like there might still be the national championship players haven't even had a chance to enter the portal yet. So that's going to be a whole new thing. Maybe we'll get somebody out of that. I don't know. Maybe we'll get a safeties coach. I don't know. There's so much. I don't know, but that's a good thing because last year it was a bad thing. This year it's a good thing. So the duality of I don't know is in full force here. Yeah.
It's great though, dude. It's a lot to be excited about. We'll definitely run this again soon, man. But in the interim, I'm gonna go walk and get some coffee and get some food, and then start getting ready to go up to Tiny's.
Hell yeah, my dog is starting to raise hell. If you can't hear, so it's going to be a good day, brother.
All right, man. Absolutely. Look forward to catching up here soon, and to everyone listening, man. Go Hokies, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, as always, man. Go Hokies.